This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com with a daily wrestling news update. I just finished a very good shoot interview with Brutus Beefcake, who was just in Dark Side of the Ring. The interview link is in the description of this video. He talks about Dark Side of the Ring and a lot more, including some recent heat between Greg Valentine and his wife in the interview. So definitely check that out. Tons of Hulk Hogan stories, as you would expect as well. It appears Drew Gulak is not being used by WWE anymore after an investigation into Ronda Rousey's claim that he played with her drawstring on her pants in 2022. Why it took 2 years to get this guy released over that, I don't know. It's not like he's over it all, and she was a megastar, so I don't know why he would do something like that. It doesn't even make any sense. Raw did a 0.61 rating from Montreal a couple days ago. It broke their sellout streak. They did not sell out Montreal. It's a 20,000 seat building. They had just over 11,000 according to reports. They would have called it a sellout at 14,000, but they didn't reach that according to reports. Tony Khan is interested in Nikki and Brie Bella, aka Nikki and Brie Garcia, going to AEW. One of them is married to Bryan Danielson. I believe it's Brie. I'm not sure. The one who made that mistake. I think Nikki was the one that was with John Cena and Dolph Ziggler in the past. I guess Nikki had mentioned on her podcast that she was a bit interested in Tony Khan, but held off on reaching out. Now Tony Khan has publicly said he's interested in them. Like the schedule in AEW is so easy because their roster is massive, way more people than can be used every week, and they pay pretty much the same, if not more than WWE pays wrestlers in most cases. And even though they have like an overblown rosters, for instance, I think Motor City Machine Guns are a waste of money, although they are better than a lot of the no names that they have in AEW. I think AEW should get. It's just my opinion. They should dump Ring of Honor and just try and focus on making AEW hot again and not worry about a product that nobody gives a damn about and just waters down the whole product. But that's my opinion. But Nikki and Brie Bella, they're known. If you're flipping channels, you'll stop and be like, "Hey, what are these two doing?" I think it would be good to bring them on board. NBC News is reporting that Vince McMahon is unfazed by his accusations. He's been traveling, hanging out with friends such as U.S. President Donald Trump in recent months. He's been cooperating with authorities regarding his criminal investigations into sex trafficking allegations, which he doesn't think anything will come of. He has not been charged with anything. As far as his Janelle Grant lawsuit, supposedly he believes a settlement will be reached. He's keeping up with his normal routines. I personally, and I did ask Brutus Beefcake his opinion on this. I personally will be shocked if Vince McMahon, who recently sold a total of about 2 billion in stock, he has about 2 billion that he has access to, according to what I've heard. He's 78. He loves wrestling. I can't see this guy quitting while he's down. I can see him being unfazed, and I can see him want to be like, you guys think I'm down? I created the WWE. I created WrestleMania. I'm going to show you I'm not dead yet, and starting another company. People are saying there's not enough talent. There's talent out there, and he could do it. I mean, I've heard Meltzer say if he did do something, it'd be something on par of TNA. I think Vince McMahon could do a lot better than TNA. That I recently saw like a pre-sale to one of their TV tapings that only has about 200 pre-sale, which is pretty much the same as Great North Wrestling gets for pre-sale. They actually get similar crowds to what we get without TV exposure. Just because that company's been run so bad. I know it's under different management now, and I truly wish them the best. Um, but I do think whatever Vince McMahon creates with all of his contacts, specifically all the contacts he has in Saudi Arabia, he just got UFC a deal in Saudi Arabia, that I think whatever company Vince McMahon forms would be on a level far bigger than TNA. The guy is still a wrestling genius, despite his faults. But I honestly, he can either settle that Janelle Grant case or take it to court. I don't, I don't think it will affect him too hugely in the long run. I just don't. It's a sad situation, but he's put other cases to bed, and a lot of wrestling fans don't care, and a lot of wrestlers don't care. Most wrestlers are about the money. There's been so much weird stuff going on in that company for its entire existence, and it never people always look the other way. So anyways, my personal opinion is he is going to start another league, which apparently he could do in January 2025. Apparently there's a mud wrestling type league doing pro wrestling in Uganda, the kayfabe home of Kamala, the Ugandan giant, who I've wrestled, and I defeated Kamala in Cornwall, Ontario, back in 2007. And yeah, this is pro wrestling done in the mud with local Ugandan people. Good for them. I'm glad they're enjoying it. I also interviewed a psychic this afternoon. She said things are looking on the upside for me, and I agree. I'm going to be heading to the gym soon. I've had very good workouts this week. I do plan on returning to the ring. Speaking of Great North Wrestling, June 29th in Napanee, Ontario. Tickets are on sale now at ticketweb.ca. Only a 2-hour drive from Toronto to get there.